This video is sponsored by Squarespace. They say all good things must come to an end, and when you're an automotive YouTuber with a 3-car garage in Chicago, that means cars must come to an end. One day I'll have a Tavarish-like warehouse, but for now, every couple of months, I have to sell something. I got up to 12 cars, which is kind of ridiculous, so in this video, you're gonna see footage in no particular chronological order at all from about the last 3 months of me selling some of these cars, so you'll get to meet the new owners and find out what they sold for. I'll be updating you on everything else, including cars that will be up for sale, which are always posted on Facebook and Instagram first, so follow me there at LegitStreetCars. All right, we're gonna start with the OG, the original E55 that basically started off my channel, and the second dirtiest of the bunch because I just drove it here in the rain. This is my 2003 E55 AMG. It put down 530 something horsepower, 575 pound-feet of torque to the wheels. It is an absolute monster. I love this car, and I've made a lot of videos on it, and I talked about selling it not too long ago. I'm still gonna sell it. My goal was to bring it to the drag strip one last time to see what it runs with all of the modifications. But to be honest with you, with everything that happened with coronavirus, the track was closed, family, I work 80 hours a week, blah, blah, blah. I never made it out. I've come to the conclusion I don't think I'm going to make it out this year. Who knows what happens next year? I can't store it again. So this will actually be up for sale. I'm gonna ask $20,000 for this car. And shortly after filming that, I sold the car for $19,000. Now I know many of you had emailed me about buying the E55, and no, I never listed it. I responded to a few of those emails and ended up selling it to a subscriber and longtime Mercedes enthusiast named Kevin. And here is the new owner of my baby, my 2003 E55 AMG. This is Kevin. Kevin, congratulations.
Thanks, Alex. This is one of the reasons why I got into the channel you have, is because of this car. I love Mercedes. E55 is the only way to go.
This is what started my channel, basically. So it's a tearjerker to see it sold, but Kevin and I have been talking for probably about a month. Absolutely. He's gonna be an awesome owner. You've had a 124, right?
I've had a 124, I've had a 210. My family's had 126s, 202s, we've had everything.
This is exactly who I wanted to sell this car to, so very, very excited. He's actually gonna be driving it from Chicago to New Jersey. What is that, like 10 hours?
It's about 12 hours.
12 hours, wow. So that's the farthest. I've never taken a road trip that far in this thing, but she is an absolute beast, rock solid. Just got it detailed, and of course it's raining. I had the ceramic coating kind of freshened up. She's so nice. This car has just been an absolute champ in the 3 years I've had it. The last time my 03 E55 will be in the LegitStreetCars driveway. I sell like probably 6 or 7 cars a year, but this is tough. This is seriously tough to say goodbye. I mean, this has been like just such a big part of my life, really. I would have never made YouTube videos, or they didn't get popular until I had an E55. See ya. I don't know. This is crazy. This is crazy. I've thought about backing out a couple times. All right, it's gone. Payment already went through. Title's signed. That's it. That's it. No more E55 sedan. So I hope you guys really enjoyed that car. Next up, we have a new one. This is a car I flashed in like one video, like 12 videos ago for 2 seconds, but I owned 2 E55 AMG wagons, okay? So that is basically my mint condition 2005 wagon. You guys have seen me restore this car. We've done some mechanical work, paint work, detail work. It looks amazing. It's absolutely perfect, and I am not selling it. But right after I bought that, like it's been many months, at least 6, 7, 8 months, I found this. It's a 2005 black E55 wagon, just like that one. Clean title, one owner, 232,000 miles on it. And I am gonna be making a short video series on basically restoring this car. It is a complete basket case, I'm not gonna lie. But the bones are all good. Like the engine and transmission are good. The body's generally good. I have the factory wheels. I have a brand new black painted bumper, the factory bumper that came off of this car. New headlight lenses. It needs a bunch of other stuff. But I'm gonna be fixing this one up really quickly back to kind of a factory spec. It'll be sort of like a flip series, and then I'm gonna sell it. So that's coming this winter. So stay tuned for an E55 wagon restoration, a quick one. So here she is. You guys know this car. It's amazing.
A lot of guys don't like the fact that I swapped out these wheels for these wheels, and I'm starting to agree with you. I love these wheels, but ever since I kind of put the menacing front end on this with the blacked out headlights and the E63 bumper and grille, I agree these wheels at the very least need to be darker. I don't know. So we'll see what happens with the wheels on this car. I saved the other ones. They would need to be refurbished, but love this car. No plans of really selling this. This is a long-time car for me, so I just enjoy it. I cruise it around. The video series did not do well, but it was one of my favorite video series. I had a blast making it, and this is just simply a dream car. I would have bought this YouTube or not. This is not mine, guys, all right? This is just parked here. It's got no brakes. This is actually a diesel two-door G-Wagon. I'm over at Mancuso Collision Custom. They have a gigantic warehouse full of a bunch of awesome stuff, including a 210 E55 AMG that's for sale. But they own this as well. Really, really nice. But again, no brakes, so it's just kind of sitting here. And similar to the G-Wagon is my very own silver Mercedes SUV. This is, of course, my 2000 ML55. We're doing kind of an overland off-road build, getting it ready for a big trip up to Michigan, where we're going to be off-roading on an island for the entire weekend. So right now the fabrication team here at Fluid Motor Union has the custom front bumper in the welding shop, so they are welding it all up. They already mocked it up. It looks awesome, but just take a look at some of their welds. Really, really good quality work. I just finished the brakes. I got a bunch of other stuff to do with the suspension. I don't have any plans on selling this thing. I definitely want to enjoy it for at least a year. This is going to be so much fun. I'm going to take it camping and just kind of play with it off-road and not care too much about it because it was only $3,800. All right, here's a sneak peek at the custom front bumper. It's looking great, and Billy, who's building this, was a welder slash fabricator for NASCAR for 20 years, so he didn't just get to this level of skill overnight. He's worked for years to get to this point, but not everything takes years to learn and perfect. You guys could build, I don't know, maybe a totally custom website at home in a few hours by using today's video sponsor, Squarespace.
Squarespace is your one-stop shop to build a professional website, online store, or portfolio, and it's super easy to claim your own custom domain or URL. Just type it in and find out its price and availability immediately. Their selection of easy-to-use templates make it possible for anyone to build a website, and you can add a store or blog to any template. Need analytics? Squarespace has you covered. Want to run an email campaign? Squarespace can do that too, and have you looking like a pro in no time.
So just go to squarespace.com for your free trial, and when you guys are ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/LegitStreetCars. That's going to get you 10% off your first purchase of either a website or a domain name. Big thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get to some more cars. I also have my turbo Trans Am over here. It's been sitting for a very long time. It's probably dead. Back in 2002, I was 17 years old. I had just graduated high school, and 2 weeks after graduation, I started at WyoTech, an automotive technical school in Laramie, Wyoming. I was there for 12 months. I got hired by Mercedes-Benz of Chicago 3 months before I even graduated, and I started on a Wednesday, but on the Monday before then, I went to the dealership and I financed this entire thing. This was my dream car. This is why I went to tech school, and I got really good grades and I got a really good job at the age of 18. And this is why I did it. This was my goal at that time. It was an absolute dream car for me. It still is. I absolutely love the WS6 LS1 Trans Am, and I still have it. It's gone through a lot. I've had every nut and bolt out of this thing. I've blown up a couple engines. It's had 3 different turbos on it, many different transmissions. It has an automatic. It used to be a 6-speed manual. I know. I might convert it one day. But I love this car. It's my baby. It's got 72,000 miles on it or something like that, basically on the body. And let's see if it starts. Woo! It put down 902 wheel horsepower, 20 PSI of boost, big turbo, but this is a no special instructions kind of car. Air conditioning, back seat, no roll cage. It runs and drives like a normal factory WS6 until you mash the gas pedal. And a lot of people in the comments, I don't know how this is still confusing. It's 1K HP, not WHP for wheel horsepower, so it put down 902, which is easily well over 1,000 crank horsepower going through an automatic and a big Ford 9-inch rear end. So anyway, this is my WS6, and I love it. That brings us to the Fiero Lowrider. This actually sold for $2,070, and I'm actually going to go drive it to the new owner right now. Look at how low this thing is. It's totally slammed. Looks really cool though. Should be a fun ride. I'm sure it's gonna be real smooth too. Look at how nicely this thing starts up. Bam, fires right up. Good battery voltage. This is probably not working anymore, but she runs great, even cold. She's driving, and she's shifting, and in a second, and she's scraping. Oh, this thing is in its show position right now. Bouncy, very bouncy. We are on the open road. It's got a little pickup, all right. Once you get on the main street, it's not that bad. We're really not scraping anymore. Runs good, runs really good. Let's see if she's got any pep. Oh yeah, picks up nice. All right, I've made it to a vacant parking lot to meet the new owner of the Fiero, and I just wanted to let you guys know, if you followed along with the eBay auction on this car, that it was insane. I had a hell of a time selling it because people kept on making fake accounts. They would make it right then and there and then bid the car to the moon, and I just couldn't keep up, to be honest with you. So the car went up to like $10,000. I knew that wasn't real. I knew that's not what it was worth, but right at the end of the eBay auction, I just couldn't delete these people quick enough, and some faker won it at the end. There was nothing I could do about it. It was a total nightmare. I honestly don't understand why people do this. Comment down below, why do people do this? Like, I don't understand. Is it some kind of scam? Like, what do they get out of it? Maybe they're just trolling. I don't know. I don't get it, but people would just bid it up to be the high bidder with zero intentions of buying the car. They just made the account, no feedback. I would contact these people with no response. So really, really weird, but finally I changed my settings on eBay so that people with no feedback couldn't bid, and a few other safeguards. And we got a real bidder this time, so it was a lot easier this time. But anyway, just a big pain in the butt. This happened with the Suburban as well, which is still for sale, and we will check on that as soon as we deliver this to its new owner. All right, so this is Steve, the new owner of the Fiero. Steve, what are you doing with this car?
Well, considering I didn't think I was actually gonna win it, I'm not quite sure. I'm hoping to finish the job that you started.
Are you gonna do the body work? That's what everyone wants to know.
Yes. I've never had a lowrider, obviously. I feel like most people nowadays never have. I've never even had a really low car. Hydraulics are new to me. This kind of body work is new to me.
So it's gonna be a work in progress.
It's gonna be a work in progress.
You,
Everything here is gonna be new to me. This is all going to be a learning process for me.
Awesome.
So yeah, I'm super excited to get into it. But I love the work that you've done to it so far. So.
I'm excited to keep the car local so I can actually check on it every once in a while and make sure he's doing a good job.
Yeah.
Just kidding. What color are you going to paint it?
Oh, I don't know. I don't really feel like there's a lot of pressure on me to keep it this color.
No.
I mean, the magazine and everything, I don't know if there's like a lot of big following for it. But
do your thing, man. What are you thinking?
I love purple and gold. Purple and gold is like really what I would want to do.
Are you a Lakers fan?
No, I just like purple and gold.
I mean, like, that was why I had so much fun with this. Is it's an inexpensive car to get into the hobby. You can't mess it up, like, you know, so just have fun with it. So I will definitely update all of you guys on Steve's progress at LegitStreetCars on Instagram and Facebook, and he's got a YouTube channel. What is it?
Right now it's Steve McQueasy. We're going through a little bit of a change, bringing some new people in as well, so he'll let you know.
What's it going to be? Do you know yet?
The used car lot, car with a K.
All right, cool. I'll link it down below. So anyway, Steve's gonna hit the road here and drive really, really slow because it's slammed.
Yeah.
Next up is my 2001 supercharged Suburban. This was built for an NFL player in the early 2000s and has a Whipple side mount, and after replacing the transmission and fixing a misfire, I made it kind of quick again. I lost the footage of the new owner, but it sold on eBay for $8,500 to another local. Really cool guy named Miguel, and his plans are just to cruise it around and have fun. Speaking of big Suburban-like things, I did sell my wife's old 2005 Escalade ESV. It sold for $5,000 to a subscriber and his dad in Wisconsin, and they're going to use it to haul stuff and family trips.
All right, so I can't leave 211 Fest over here without addressing my 2005 E320 CDI, my Mercedes turbo diesel. It had quite the cult following, and I loved that car, but I did indeed sell it. I do have to make business decisions here, guys. I can't keep 12 cars. I pay insurance on all of them. It gets a little out of hand. So I was done with that project. I know I said I was going to do the E63 body kit on it, but I decided against it because I have 2 cars with an E63 body kit basically, and that would be very repetitive. And I sold that car for $11,000 or $11,200, but I had about 16 to maybe more, 16,000-ish into that car with the purchase of the car. So I definitely lost money on that. But on the performance and mechanical aspect, it was complete. It made like 650 or something pound-feet of torque, 320 wheel horsepower. So we doubled the power, and the new owner drove it like 10 hours home and got 42 mpg. So an amazing machine. I absolutely loved it. And I thank all of you guys who stuck around for that video series. I'll leave the playlist linked down below if you want to check it out. And another car that's in storage is my 2012 Chevy Caprice PPV. I dropped the engine on this car, installed a massive camshaft, long tube headers, full exhaust, a really nice Circle D billet torque converter. I'm actually installing a sweet center console right here. This is really nice. So these were all built for police departments. So they came with a center console that's made of steel that holds all the switches and buttons and a computer and all that kind of stuff. So not really the best for daily driving. And a lot of people said just to get this one. So this is a custom built center console. It comes with cup holders, really nice materials with some cushion, and you get some storage in here as well. And the installation is supposed to be really easy. So this is from Nino Products. These people are so nice, and they sell products for all the different PPV vehicles. So whether you have a Taurus or a Tahoe or a Caprice, whatever, they have a lot of things to make these vehicles just a little bit easier to daily drive. So I've already just simply removed some of the bolts. There's just like 5 bolts that hold this one in. All right, so I just took out a few more bolts. So this bottom platform comes out. We got some serious weight reduction going on here, guys. These things are solid steel. They weigh a ton. And then when you're done, you're left with this. So it looks really, really clean. We have storage now. This is awesome. So we're just kind of making this a little bit of a nicer daily driver type of vehicle. And then I gotta situate this a little bit better, but then this kind of covers up all the holes and everything back there. Looks really good. And I did get the factory back seats. These are really nice. They're like brand new, as you can see here. So we'll be installing some back seats to get rid of the plastic prisoner cell back here. And then I have seat belts. And yeah, this thing will be a sweet little daily driverable type of vehicle. So with that, let's fire it up. The next few cars are here at the LegitStreetCars headquarters, and we'll start off with the 2007 335i BMW. I am really enjoying this car. Well, not right now because it's snowing, but it's the 6-speed manual, twin-turbo N54. I did some mods to it, and it's not as fast as the C63. But that was good. But it's getting there. So I think next for this is going to be modified turbos. So you can get at least another 100 horsepower by replacing the turbochargers on these things. And then we'll run maybe a little bit higher concentration of ethanol and kind of see what happens. So I do have a complete MagnaFlow exhaust system for this car and some new wheels. These are quite bent like that and like that. So not in the best of condition, but we're going to be putting some bronze 19-inch wheels on this guy. It's going to look amazing. And that brings us to the beast. My 2009 C63 AMG rocking the Rohana wheels with the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires made a big difference. Lighter wheels, better tires. This thing handles so much better than stock, and we've done a lot to this thing. I bought it for $8,500. The guy thought the engine was blown up. It wasn't. I fixed it in my driveway for like 150 bucks, and we did some paint and body work on it, and overall it's pretty well sorted and made about 430 wheel horsepower on a very stingy 3 dyno. So this car, unfortunately, I do have plans on selling. I don't really want to do anything else to it. It's got a ridiculously nice exhaust system. I was thinking about putting a supercharger on it, but to be honest with you, if I'm going to do that, I really want to get a 2012 or newer. They did a bunch of facelift updates and stuff like that on those cars, different transmissions. So I may save the blower for a little bit of a newer one. So I don't know yet. I'm still thinking about selling this one. I don't know what this thing is worth. It does have a rebuilt title. I don't know, in the high teens, something like that. Let me know down below. But the BMW I am going to hang on to for a little bit longer. It hasn't really been in the family for very long, so I still want to enjoy this one. And look at this weird thing it does with the mirror. You fix it, open the door. Yeah, it does that every single time. I have no idea what's wrong with it. And here's my 2015 P85D Tesla. It has Ludicrous Plus mode, Autopilot 1, which actually works really well. It's really fast. It's an awesome daily driver. I put about 12,000 miles on it, and my friend Sam and I and Rich rebuilt part of it here in the garage. Mancuso Collision Custom in Glenview did some of the more extensive body work, like the trunk pan replacements and repainting the bumpers. But overall, this has been a fantastic car. I really like it. It still doesn't supercharge, so I charge it up at home, and it'll do 250 miles, I think, to a full charge, something like that. And these tires are absolutely horrible in the snow, so it's getting its factory 19s. And here's my really clean trunk. So here are the factory wheels. This is the bow I used to give away the Lincoln. So here are the factory wheels. I just have to replace one tire that was damaged in the accident, which I think is on my front porch right now, and the Tesla is good to go. So no real plans on selling the Tesla. It just makes too much sense to continue driving it as a daily, and Tesla fanboys think it's worth about $5. So I don't even want to try and sell this thing. But I did just buy a new car, literally pulled up like 10 minutes ago, and I bought this. It's a 95 Camry. Yes, I bought a 95 Camry. It's got 171,000 miles on it. I just drove it home, 50 miles, and it runs and drives perfectly, just like all Camrys do, because they're super reliable. So this is an experiment car. I'm gonna do some engine experiments on this, and I may actually buy an identical twin to do some comparison testing on the longevity of the engine under very, very extreme situations. So stay tuned for a series on my new 1995 Camry. I can't believe I'm saying that. And last, this is it. This is it, my 2015 Cadillac Escalade. I just made a video on this not too long ago, making it bulletproof for my wife, so it lasts her forever and she never has to buy a new one. A lot of people thought I was really making it bulletproof. Apparently, not everybody knows the term. When you make something on a car bulletproof, it just means it's gonna last forever. Like, I built a bulletproof engine or bulletproof transmission. It doesn't mean it can actually take literal bullets. But no plans on selling this bad boy. It is the perfect daily driver slash family hauler. Absolutely love everything about it, so it's not going anywhere. And that will do it for the LegitStreetCars update. I think I've covered everything. So now with the Camry, I'm back up to 10 cars. I'd really like to whittle this down to like 6 or 7, including the daily drivers, but apparently that is not possible. And honestly, if I could, I would have probably 20 or 30 cars. So one day I will get that warehouse. I will keep them all. But for now, every once in a while, I gotta sell one, and I will let you guys know when I do. And of course, you'll see the new ones when I buy them. So with that being said, I hope you really enjoyed this update video. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, and most importantly, have an awesome day. I'll catch all of you in the next one.